I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance, and thanks for coming again to Improv on the Prairie. You know, I'm not sure if I'm going to do any more of these improv shows because the last one, well, it had fewer viewers than Donald Trump's birthday parade on the mall, and that's just embarrassing. But anyway, I didn't come here to talk about my poor performance. I'll let my wife do that later. Let's talk about Charlie Kirk. This guy. He walks onto the scene with the confidence of a guy who listened to Joe Rogan, quoted Ben Shapiro, and now thinks he's qualified to rewrite the Constitution. He's got the jawline of a bobblehead and the intellectual depth of a hotel room Bible that's missing half the pages. Charlie built Turning Point USA to educate and empower young conservatives. I guess that means screaming socialism anytime someone suggests kids at school should have lunch. He says he's a defender of free speech unless you criticize Trump. Then suddenly it's time to pray and purge the communist. He claims he's for small government, but spends all day trying to get women's bodies regulated and college professors fired for reading James Baldwin. Charlie talks a lot about masculinity, and somehow always sounds like a guy who got rejected by a CrossFit class and a youth group in the same week. He's like if Ted Cruz in a can of Axe body spray had a baby, then sent it to a leadership conference with no books and no self-awareness. The guy got so full of himself that he let his ego carry him to Oxford of all places. Charlie Kirk marched into one of the world's oldest debating societies like he was going to bring the gospel of capitalism to the land of Shakespeare and irony. Instead, he got absolutely wrecked by a room full of British students who debate for fun and casually quoted fascism case studies like it was tea time at Cambridge. Now, one student asked him to name a successful fascist regime, a single successful fascist regime. And Charlie looked like someone just asked him to explain quantum physics in front of his stepdad. And they weren't even mean to him. They were just articulate, which to Charlie Kirk is the same thing as a hate crime. He walked out of Oxford with his arguments in tatters, his ego leaking from both ears, and his talking points scattered across the English countryside like MAGA flyers in a hurricane. If he scored any points, they're harder to find than Epstein's list. You know, it's no wonder he's afraid to debate any of the Unfuck America Tour guys. That's all the time we got for tonight, folks. Thanks for coming again to the Prairie Improv. Good day.